back to the channel where I talk about things. And yeah, I mentioned earlier about the price of crypto and Bitcoin and whether or not it's a bull trap or some other thing. Is this a real rally to the upside? You'll notice these statistics of on-chain data for Bitcoin show that there are a bevy of new wallet addresses being created this week that have been already created this week since the relative low when Bitcoin dipped. And that was the first time it was below 50,000 since like February, obviously when it was in making the run to the all-time highs in March. And now it's back around 60, so it's already, back, I think it was like 61 and change some hours ago when the daily candle, it's been ranging in that area. But the VRE of Bitcoin, the central daily range of the VRE, is pretty wide. It's more than 3%. So, hold on. Since the central daily range of the VRE is, wider than 2%, and it's quite wide at 3 point something percent, that basically indicates that today is probably a ranging day, and so far that's what we've seen, a very tight ranging day. That doesn't mean it can't have some nice trending moves during the day. It obviously can. You can have some nice trending moves to the upside and the downside, and you get a lot of what people say it's a fake out. No, it's just a ranging day. And yes, ranging days can be quite significant in their range of motion, or they can be quite tame. And after a day like yesterday, we had like a 12% or something range of motion on Bitcoin and more on other assets, then it's not improbable that today will be relatively chill compared to yesterday in terms of price action. Now, again, doesn't mean you should ignore the day. Well, if you're an active trader, you shouldn't really ignore any day that you are actively trading. You can, if you had a nice day yesterday, sure, go touch grass or whatever. You don't have to be constantly in trades. You don't have to constantly be FOMOing into trades to the upside or FUDing out of trades to the downside. You just need to be correct about the trades you take using the VEPs, right? Because that is, as you know, if you watch my channel, that is how the markets move. But aside from actually trading, right, keep in mind the bigger picture, which is that, as I've covered already a number of times, the vast, overwhelming majority of Bitcoin is already held by big bags, right? By people who have more than 10 or 20 or 100 Bitcoins, right? And it's held at this point largely, the bulk of the big bags are people who hold thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of coins, right? And of course, Satoshi has a million of them locked up in various wallets that he had created. At least that's the estimate. And those have not moved. So that's 4% of the Bitcoin right there that hasn't moved. And another 3.5 to 5.5 or 3 to 5 million coins are estimated to be lost or inaccessible, rather. Right? They still exist. They're just in wallets that are inaccessible because nobody knows the secret seed phrases to recover the access to those wallets. People forgot the passwords, their seed phrases, whatever it is. A lot of people sent Bitcoin to bad addresses, so those are gone. So there's anywhere from 3 to 5 million, it's estimated, lost. And there's only been, 19.7 million only. There's been 19.7 out of 21 million Bitcoins mined already, which leaves only about 6.3% or something like that, 6.4% left to be mined of all the Bitcoin max supply. So when you consider that more Bitcoins have been lost by far, like several times as much as there remain to be Bitcoins mined in the next 116 years, it basically means that we're already at the max supply effectively. Even if you add another 6% over 116 years, that's nothing, especially when you consider that the world population is likely to grow from where it is now, around 8.2 billion to around 11.5 billion, as I recently covered in the How Many Bitcoins Can You Own video, where I told you that basically the average person, not the average Bitcoiner, the average person living on planet Earth between now and the year 2140 can basically never hope to have 50,000 Satoshis. Like, that would be a goal. That would be a lofty goal for most people, right? Now you can say, well, that doesn't mean it's going to be worth much, right? It might not be worth that much. Right now, it's about $30, right? Something like that. And so $30, yesterday it was 29 or 28, 27 even. And yet now we're talking $30 gets you as much or more Bitcoin than the average person will ever be able to hold. Right? It used to be thought of as, oh, you need a Bitcoin, or you need 0.1 Bitcoin, or you need 0.5 Bitcoin. When you really do the math, you remove all the variance and all the information, all the coins that are useless and inaccessible, and you remove all the coins that are being held in forever wallets that are held by governments and huge central banks and large financial institutions that are likely to never sell the bulk majority of their Bitcoins, even significant whales that are not likely to sell any or many of their Bitcoins. It really is an extremely rare asset at this point. And again, I'm not going to get into the whole, reasons I don't like the way it's all being controlled. But the central powers, I've already done that in some videos, and I'm already working on solutions for people who want actually a better crypto that's better than the existing ones. And we'll see how that progresses. But in any case, the point is it is an extremely rare asset. And for about $30, you can own as much or more than anybody else on the planet will ever be able to own. And the more people wait, and the more whales buy up whatever's left to buy, which is not a lot, right? There's less than 1 million Bitcoins left on exchanges. And they'll probably be gone within a year, and then a new supply will come from people who will be willing to sell at those prices. But it's going to be far and few in between. There's not going to be a lot of Bitcoin left to trade. It's probably not going to be more than 1 million ever, maybe 2 million on some random peaks. If price crashes or price goes astronomically high, then we'll see people willing to sell either from pain or from pleasure. So keep that in mind. It's an extremely rare asset. 50,000 Satoshis right now. It's about $30. I'm not telling anyone to buy. I'm not telling anyone to sell. I'm not giving any financial advice. I'm just saying, statistically, that is the price to own as much or more Satoshis than anyone else on average will be able to ever own. Right? Obviously excluding anybody else who's already into Bitcoin and who has more than that. Right? I'm talking about the average person mathematically. So keep that in mind. And if you're interested in getting into Bitcoin and you haven't yet gotten into Bitcoin, go read the white paper by Satoshi. It's free. Right? The whole point of Bitcoin is it's open source. It's free to read and get into the whole rabbit hole, to learn about it, and to get into the whole community. I definitely recommend learning about it, even if you find it's not for you, you don't want it, it's not interesting, you don't like it, etc. But in terms of a tradable liquid asset, which Bitcoin definitely is, or an investable asset, which again Bitcoin definitely is, people invest in it. Some make money, some lose money. That's how it goes. People trade it. Some make money, some lose money. That's how it goes. Statistically, most people lose money when they trade. I don't recommend trading for anybody, but if you are a trader, you can learn to trade properly in the Alpha Trading Discord using VEPs, which are volatility, entropy, probability, and statistics, which are the actual maths that move the market. That's the maths that are used by all the high-frequency trading firms. That's how markets are literally run by them. why they keep making all the profits and you don't, right? If you're using traditional TA, because they don't use that stuff. They use math that is relevant. So you can just go to, again, just go to alphatradinghq.com/discord for free access to free volatility trading tools, indicators, chart, educational information, chat with the real traders who use this stuff, access to the live streams where you can participate in by text and by voice, right? It's an engaging, interactive, educational live stream. That's why we have them. Sure, we go over the markets and stuff, but we answer. We're there more to educate people. So when we get questions about what we do with our tools, how do we use them to trade, that's actually the whole purpose of the live streams, more than just covering what we say about the analysis of reading the depths of a specific asset. And yes, that's all part of it, but showing people how to actually use tools and that we have, that we built, and what are the means and methods for using these tools, that's the purpose of the live streams. And again, so if you're interested in Bitcoin, I highly recommend learning about it first before you do anything, just like anything else. Don't take silly actions before you know about the thing you're interested in. You can just go to bitcoin.org to download the white paper from the Bitcoin website. And it's a PDF file. It's not even long. It's like 7-8 pages or something. It's really short. And as I mentioned in the previous video, if you have a Mac that's made since like 2017, you can actually search for the Bitcoin white paper because it's hidden on your computer unless you have purposefully removed it. They've buried Bitcoin white paper in pretty much every Mac, Apple device, every Mac computer, like laptops and desktops and minis and all that, since like 2017. They snuck them in there, and people figured it out eventually. But yeah, fun little Bitcoin fact is the Bitcoin white paper is on every Mac device since like 2017 or something like that. You can look it up on the web, Google it, whatever. See for yourself. But yeah, go ahead and read the white paper, learn about it, and if you have any questions about other cryptos or other market assets and how you can trade them, just again come into the Alpha Trading Discord. It's all about helping people learn a better way to trade. It's not for people who are just looking to gamble and be degens. It's not for people who are just looking to over leverage positions and get wrecked. Right? If you want to do that, just have fun doing whatever you're doing. If you're actually a serious trader, or you want to be a serious trader, like a day trader, or a once in a while trader, but take it seriously and actually use correct tools to do it with, I highly recommend it. I'm a co-founder of the group, so obviously I'm biased, but I definitely recommend using our tools and our methods because you can learn it for free and you can see for yourself if it works before you ever put a penny on the line. You don't have to even put a Satoshi on the line. Learn it all for free. Get free access to the tools. Hey there, hi, nice to see you, Chris. Hi, Chris. Yeah, you can definitely learn how to trade for free. You don't need to spend a penny to do this stuff. And I highly recommend using our tools because we are just in it. We use the tools to trade, right? That we didn't build our community to sell indicators. We didn't build our community to show affiliate links to some exchange where you have to throw your money and get wrecked using bad TA or stupid signals or all the silly nonsense they sell you in the traditional TA world. We're just here to help people actually learn a better way to trade. Why? We just like to do that. We're sick of seeing good people get wrecked because they're being fooled, duped, misled, misinformed, deceived, right, by this effectively voodoo TA scam, right? The traditional TA scam. It is a massive scam, whether people realize it or not, whether influencers realize it or not, right? The smart money that runs the market, they dump these, dumb money tools on people, all the way down through influencers and analysts and market, experts and all this crap, mass media, everything else. They dump all this garbage TA stuff onto people to convince them to use their garbage tools. And what ends up happening is that good traders end up getting wrecked. And so then we created Alpha Trading to help people learn a better way to trade, to help people learn how to research things properly, so that they don't just jump into some random meme coin or even Bitcoin or any asset, Tesla, Nvidia, SPY, whatever, Dixie. Don't just randomly trade things because you think it's important to trade that and that's going to give you big profits all of a sudden. That's not how trading works. It's not how investing works. You need to learn to do research. We can help you do that. by giving you access to tools that help you learn to trade volatility, and pointing you to any number of places where you can research properly, where you can read and research and learn from authoritative sources that can tell you exactly information about assets that are interesting and useful and insightful and actionable. And using our tools and methods, you can actually use them to make real trades. If you do the things correctly, you should be consistently profitable, right? Anyway, that'll be it for now. Happy trading. See you later.